Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Mikulowski from ForexLive.com. Today's date is December 14, 2023. We now have the Fed, the ECB, and the Bank of England. All interest rate decisions are out of the way. All of them kept the rates unchanged, but there were different nuances in each. I call the Federal Reserve a little bit more dovish. I call the Bank of England a little bit more hawkish, and the ECB is probably in between sort of dancing between the idea that risks remain to the downside, that inflation is coming down, but there's some still concerns, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at the technicals that are driving the price action. They will tell the story of the fundamentals. So let's get started. I'm going to start by looking at the daily chart of the euro versus US dollar. If we take a look at that, this is the trading range for the year. The high price was reached in the month of, I guess that's July. The low price was reached in the month of October. And the price has been moving to the upside over the last few days and running away from the 200-day moving average at 1.0827 and up to and is now looking up to test the 61.8% retracement of the trading range for the year. That comes in at 1.09594. So be aware of that level on the top side. It could be a level that the market decides to take a little breather. We'll see. But that's the next key target on the top side for the euro versus US dollar, drilling down to the 4-hour chart. And that 1.0959 level also happens to correspond in the short term with a swing area going back over the last month of trading. You see all these different highs through here. That's told that area price moved lower here and then moved back higher. And we found willing sellers against the level again through here, trying to keep a lid on the pair before it moved to the upside. On the corrective move to the downside, we came right back down to the swing area right here before breaking below it here and started to move to the downside. So we returned back to that 1.0959 area. This swing area comes in at 1.0958 to 1.0964. So that's another reason why to think perhaps the euro versus US dollar might find some willing sellers against that level, or profit takers might look to take some profit here with a stop on a break above this level through here. So be aware of that level. Be aware of that area. If we go above that level, then the upside remains more are in play with the high price for the year 1.10165. Not out of the question between now and the year end. So be aware. Taking a look at the dollar yen again, starting off with the daily chart here. What we saw in trading yesterday was a sharp move to the downside that came down to test the 38.2% retracement. That's of the move up from the January low to the high price that we saw here in the month of November. So came right down to that 38.2% retracement and stalled in trading here today. We saw a resumption of the move to the downside, breaking not only below the 38.2, but also falling below the 200-day moving average. Both of those levels really come in around the 142.47 level. And as long as the price can remain below those levels, the bias remains more to the downside for this currency pair. We did move down to, I had this old line right here because it was an old high, and we came right down to that level at 140.93, and we are seeing a bounce back higher, and we did get back above, or we are trading just above the old low from last week's trading in the dollar versus yen. So there is some buying interest, but this area right here is going to be our resistance level right around the 142.47 level. Keep that level in mind. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. And 142.47 is right here. That's a 200-day moving average. And, and this is a low price from last week at 141.63. So we are just above that level and trying to stay above that level. Watch that level in the short term. If we do move back below that level, that would be more bearish. Let's see where this swing area comes back from, or comes from. If you go back to these areas right through here, you can see the number of different where the price. This was a ceiling for the pair, and then it became a floor right here before moving to the upside. So move back down to that swing area right through here. In last week's trading, we are breaking below that level. So watch out 141.50 on the downside, break below that level. And with a break below last week's low at 141.63, we'd increase the bearish bias more. What you don't want to see for sellers is a move back above the 200-day moving average. If you do see that, then we could see further upside probing in this currency pair. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar in the daily chart. We are moving up to test the high price that we saw in last month's trading right here, and also moving above the 61.8% retracement of the move down. Again, the Bank of England decision was more hawkish. They had a split in the vote, so that is helping to propel this pound versus US dollar to the upside and getting back above that 61.8% retracement. This high price right here came in at 127.33. Our high price today has come in at 127.36. Currently trading right at that high price from last month. So the buyers are trying to make a play, get above that level, and stay above the 61.8% retracement. 127.19 is now close risk for the buyers. Stay above that level is more bullish. We look for more upside momentum. Taking a look at the hourly chart, this is what it looks like. As you can see, we're just trying to break above the previous highs, and there is a nice little ceiling here being that was formed back in last month's trading, and in the early part of December. You can see the number of different highs that came in here. Market moved lower each of those times. So getting above that level and staying above that level is more bullish. Watch 127.23 on the downside for close risk for the sterling versus US dollar. Well, I made it through the report with Mike Hold, but hope you found this report helpful, and be sure to pay attention to your technical levels. My name is Greg McCloskey. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.